Wandering Emperor. Oh, it would be such a shame if something bad happened to it. Thank you for the buff. Alright, he went greed, so he killed his own Liliana. That's kinda okay. I will keep the mana, because that makes separation harder. Hello everyone, it's Sloth, and today we are going with Izzet. So, is this the time to forgive Izzet for having Goldspan Dragon? I think it might be the time. Maybe it's cool combination again, because this deck is pretty fun to play and it seems to be very powerful so far. So maybe Izzet is actually again a normal archetype that is not about Goldspan Dragon. So what exactly is the deck about? So, oh, and by the way, for the results, we actually went like 5 wins and 2 losses. So I'm actually pretty baffled with the results. We are at 71% win rate, I guess. So that's pretty high. That's pretty high. That's higher than I expected. So what the deck is about? You already see some specific card. Yes, this is a Djinn deck. You might see that this has a lot of common with mono blue that is terrorizing the ladder since some time, and this is partially where the power of the deck comes for. But there is one problem with mono blue decks, and this split or splash into red wants to rectify this one little small thing that doesn't work in mono blue. Anything that goes through. Anything that goes through is a huge problem. So with this deck, finally, thanks to red, you have the other side of the equation. You can destroy stuff. You can burn your enemies. And with Abrade and Lightning Strike, you can basically kill anything that has 3 toughness or less, so you don't need to counter it. You can split your counters and removals. And what more? Lightning Strike, especially if you stack like 2 of them, you can just really ensure that your opponent dies 1 turn faster than he expected. Same reason with Burn Down the House. Sometimes this extra damage means that your opponent calculation when he's dead is actually off, and he's dead right now. And that's good for us. However, of course, Burn Down the House and Firestorm are both to sweep the board. Temporal Firestorm is an interesting one as well. I'm maybe jumping around the deck, but I just want to cover everything that's interesting, you know. Temporal Firestorm is sweeper. We actually play a little bit of creatures and planewalkers. However, the kicker comes in, especially that one of your creatures is Djinn. So to cast it with kicker, it's actually only 6 mana, and it means a one-sided sweeper, which is amazing, because it means that you can even attack with the Djinn, because it has flying, so usually it goes around whatever your opponent has. And then he's like, okay, I was attacked by Djinn, so it means that he dies next turn, because I have board advantage and he's at 7 HP or something. Then you cast the Firestorm. Not only your Djinn is alive, it also attacks, so your opponent is probably at 1 turn clock, and he has no board. When you make this play, and I didn't make it in the video, I think, but I made it off camera, and that wins you the game usually, like they cannot respond it. What's better? It means that, like the phase out, when you read exactly how it works, until the start of the controller's next turn, it means that your Djinn is protected for the whole turn of your opponent until you untap. So when you untap, you have new counter spells, new stuff. So that's actually such a big difference. And Firestorm seems interesting. We need to experiment a little bit more with this card, because especially in the Izzet decks, this kicker comes very easily at some point, and it can absolutely switch the game. So, of course, we have this annoying package of we counter everything, which is amazing for us. So we have double Spell Pierce. We only have 1 Syncopate because we are going more for the tempo play, so we go for Make Disappears. So this is also why we have so many Spell Pierce. We have double Negate that seems to be coming up in every creature matchup as your main top deck from the games. But we still won, so it's pretty okay. But actually, I felt like we have 4 negates when we played today. So yeah, we have some negates, of course, to protect Djinn, to protect Jaya, sorry. And yeah, we have some Cardo. Silver Scrutiny is this small little thing that you can do to try to fix the board. And with Mono Blue you cannot really play it, because if you tap out, well, I guess you can, but you need to cast it at max at 3, because if you tap out during your main phase, you are not a happy Mono Blue player. Here, we can tap out because we can draw into removal that removes whatever happened. Or we can just go with the Alchemist Gambit. This is one of that I have included. I'm not sure if it's needed, but I felt it goes very well with the whole idea for the deck, especially with Djinn. You can basically kill your opponent in one turn if he taps out, or if he plays colors that cannot interact. So that's a really good win condition. So back to Silver Scrutiny. With this deck you can tap out and usually fix the situation. If you draw like 2 Lightning Strikes, Alchemist Gambit, and you have Djinn in the game that doesn't die, like, whatever your opponent does, it probably won't matter. All you do is play this, attack with Djinn, burn him, and attack with Djinn in the next turn, and it's probably like 58 damage. Legit. So yeah, I think that's a still good combination. And Silver Scrutiny, I was going up to 4 at some point, but I decided it's not really this kind of deck, so we ramped it down to be more of a, at some point in the game you will refill once. It's more of display. And yeah, we have hard counter spells, of course. And we have Jaya, Fear Negotiator. Even though we only have 2, this was an extremely strong card in many matchups. I have to say, I was pleasantly surprised with her performance. It's only 4 mana Planewalker, so it comes pretty early, but the fact that you can protect your Planewalker while still plusing is something I did not appreciate enough. Usually the creatures that protect the Planewalker are a minus, and that's a big difference, because you can do it once, maybe twice, and your Planewalker dies, like with Soaring. Here you actually increase your power while still defending, and the tokens are really annoying, because you can, if your opponent doesn't pressure for 5 on the first turn, so Jaya will have 5 loyalty at the first turn, it means that your opponent didn't do anything. You will see it in the game. Sometimes we just let the attacks through, and then you untap with the monks. It means that they will be bigger if you want it. So then you can start making favorable trades. You have multiple monks, so you can even double block, and suddenly Jaya starts to be absolutely taking over the game, because they cannot really trade with your tokens even. Not talking about killing Jaya, not talking about over countering you, and not even considering killing your face. So a lot of going on for a 4 mana card, and of course -8 means that you will win the game, probably, and even the -1, it means that you will basically never go into top deck mode, and you still have nice selection because you exile top 2 cards of your library and you take one of them. So in the deck like this, when you can fish for Impulse, fish for Silver Scrutiny, for Djinn, for Consider, or just hard counter spell, or a sweeper, like it gives you a lot of options, and you will definitely see in the video that Jaya absolutely takes over the game. They basically have 1 turn to answer it, and if they don't, they probably have a huge trouble at their hand. So of course we have good mana for Izzet. We go with the Triumph, and I think that's the intro. This was definitely the day that a lot of players scooped when I didn't expect it, but you know, that's a good side. Maybe the deck breaks spirits because your opponent assumes you have million counter spells. Definitely pleasant deck to play. I enjoyed it quite much, actually more than I thought. Yeah, so that's the point. I think it's worth your time. I think it has great results so far, and I think we might be onto something, especially that the half of the package is like top tier deck basically, and the other part really complements it. The red splash definitely has its place here. So tell me what you think, and don't forget to subscribe. I hope you will enjoy the games today, and let's go into the fun zone. Alright, our opponent goes first, what a surprise. Our opening hand is not great, but if we draw 1 more land, we might go through. And I guess with Abrade we have some ways to deal with whatever comes. So let's start with the land. So at least we have 2 mana. But we definitely need, our whole hand is at least 3 mana basically. Well, Harvester is not the worst. Harvester is not the worst. So, the plan is to take the 3 damage. We need to take 3 damage to bluff a counter spell. Especially that he will see the priority, so he knows something is up. Oh, I fear Op so much. Op absolutely wrecks us. It will be Fable or Op. Can we deal with Fable? Not really. I think we just try to... I think we just need to go with this Liliana. Alright. So let's take the -1, I guess.
Those who get in my way tend to regret it.
I'm pretty sure with this kind of pressure we won't be able to use the Gambit. Well, maybe not really. Maybe that wasn't the best idea, but I think it's just a bit safer. He will keep doing +1. It is a little bit of problem for the Djinn. Or Djinn, should I say. So I guess we just keep the counter spell. As long as he has cards, Liliana hurts us both basically. But definitely an issue. Definitely an issue. This is really good to refill.
Drop it.
Drop it. Oh, Liliana. It should be Ertai Scorn, I think. Or Djinn. Let's go with Djinn, because as long as Liliana is in the board, we won't be able to do anything basically. So he just wants to go up to 0. That's so sneaky. Make the Superior a good discard target, so I'm kinda happy with the draw. Fact that Liliana will ultimate is a bit lame, but we will get into some burn spell, I think. Invoke Despair, wow, they really want to go to this 6. So they basically decided they are not playing cards until we have the hand empty. Impulse, a bit light, mate. A bit light. Let's see how he does against this. So right now we have a counter spell and he cannot kill Djinn. Unless he goes some crazy piles. Also, if he wants to kill it, he needs to -2, which means no ultimate from Liliana. Alright, he went great. So he killed his own Liliana. That's kinda okay. I will keep the mana, because that makes separation harder. I think he should separate those 2 untapped land into separate piles. If he goes by the type and gives us, you know, the better type together, I think we just keep it to keep the counter spell up. Very hard situation, but I think we can manage somehow. We will see, we will see. I'm pretty happy. Oh my god, he gave us every... Oh my god, no. Okay. Phew. So I think this is a really bad split. He basically gave us everything we wanted in one pile. Man, you gotta laugh, Liliana. Like, if someone doesn't know how to play this, you are actually so ahead. We cannot play Impulse if we want to counter spell. So let's just keep hitting. Man, I cannot believe he messed it up so much. First of all, he should split both lands. He really should go with the untapped thing. No Lilianas for you. You had 3 and you wasted all of them, bro. Oh my god, what a way to lose the game. So right now we buff. 1 mana. So, oh, Syncopate is a good one. Syncopate is actually a really good one. We are up to 7. Man, I cannot believe how can you mess this game so badly. He had invoked 3 Liliana against Djinn and he couldn't resolve it. Man, like, we absolutely outplayed this guy. And the fact that he went for -6 and made such a poor split. This is why I really like cards like Liliana -6, because that depends on how good you play, so you get premium usually. Well, I do hope we are against non-creature deck, and so far we are usually against creature deck, so it might get scary. It might get scary. Okay, that's something interesting, definitely. We have one make disappear, but we need to draw a lot of stuff. We will go for the second land, and let's hope that at least one of the spells will be negatable. That's a word from now on, it's negatable. Alright, alright. We have make disappear, so we don't need the third mana for Ertai Scorn, and being able to cast Jaya might be extremely important. So many dogs. So many dogs. Do we go for Jaya? I'm pretty sure we do. I'm pretty sure we do. You know what? We won't be able to counterspell for a while, so I think he cast it because he cannot hit land drop, and I just got bamboozled. Well done, my opponent, well done. I thought he didn't have a land and he wanted the dog to draw the card. So, smarty, well played. We played the land, so we just go for the monk.
You're no match for my students.
Well, they will get huge if they will live. Let's see if Jaya survives. I wonder, do we take this 1 damage? Black generally, March is the highest damage that he can go for, and he can use March for 3. It means that this attack should not make a difference. We will see, but that's my assumption. And so far so good. Let's play land and make a dude. Like, those guys will be super scary, so at some point we can definitely just go over the top with them. And given our opponent plays 3 color with blue and I guess white, I think sweepers might be some kind of problem for him. Like, it's not a Dimir deck that you know that they will have removal, you know? Okay, now we have 2 dudes, and we gladly use one of the dudes. We have a lot of counter spells, so all we need to do is preserve this board and Jaya will take over the game very shortly. We don't need to tap, we don't need to do anything basically. Oh, it's so tempting to go for the land, but we need to make dudes, more dudes.
Taught them everything they know.
Okay, Jaya, thanks for letting me know. Wandering Emperor. Oh, it would be such a shame if something bad happened to it. Thank you for the buff. Like, it is a good play from our opponent's side, but we definitely need to counter those. And with this deck we can actually answer whatever goes through. So even though we have only 1 counter spell for the future turn, if something small goes through, we can still abrade it. So that's a little bit better. And I want to threaten Jaya ultimate. I have no idea what her ultimate is, by the way. And he's leaving the Negate mana. Oh boy. I will still counter it. I will still counter it because I'm flooded with counter spells a little bit. So you know. You know how it is. Yep, I thought that he has another counter spell. That's why I played a little bit like this. Oh, but he won't be happy. What is this freaking card? Emblem, whenever you cast red, cop it twice. Oh my god. That's pretty good. I mean, like, enjoy your Silex, my friend. Oh, that feels bad. Like, this seems such a perfect card for the situation. I guess we can make the dude. Yep, and he's out of here. The dudes, the power of dudes, and having Silex into Abrade hurts. Alright, so we are unfortunately on the draw, as usually. However, like, we have quite a lot of options, so I think it should go okay. And let's see how Alchemist Gambit will perform. Alright, so we have good removal against it. Let's see what happens next turn. There are better targets in his deck than this. That's not one of them, unfortunately. Alright, let's see what we get with this mana. Xander's Lush. Not really what we were looking for. That would be great, but last turn. Yeah, he will target himself, so no reason to not point it. I think the chance for him making this mistake is way too low that he targets the wolf. So we need to deal with the Stormseeker, which is super annoying. This is one of the reasons we need to consider main phase. Like, you know what, at this point I will take it, just to, you know, have something going on. And we need to keep countering everything. Yep. Which one is the better one? Oh, I think we use Make Disappear. Syncopate scales a bit better. So, you know, we need to hit some kind of removal to kill the Stormseeker. Alright, let's... Can we go for Impulse? I don't think we can. I think we need to get the cheap one. And while this is okay, we need something better. Okay, like this, exactly. So I think if he attacks first, we take it. But he's... Alright, nice. Really nice. So we keep countering his Ice Morgue spells. 3 damage does not make me extremely happy, but we need to take it. Actually, land is okay here. And I definitely did not need to manual tap for this. But I just, for some reason, I felt I have to. Let's see, let's see. Oh, that's a really good mana. Unfortunate. We needed one more. This is annoying as well. Is it worth the counter spell? You know what, I think it is. Like, it is annoying altogether. And he will probably draw a creature, then it is a second creature. You know, super annoying. That's a good draw. Let's cast it main phase so we don't go into nighttime. Alright, those are pretty decent cards. We need to go into Djinn, because we can kill them very quickly. That's a really good draw for him. Oh, annoying. Oh, but that's, I guess, 2 damage. We need to dig into something very good very quickly. Alright, let's go for the maximum. Like, you know what? Very shortly we can cast this, I guess. With Planewalker or something we can start getting some value. And I guess they scoop. Sure. Well, mentality of aggro players is a mystery to me. Alright, so we are going first. Well, it's okay hand. It's okay. A lot depends how we will keep drawing, but so far so good. Actually, I should go for the blue one, because that would pretend that we are a different deck, I guess. Oh, Spur Pierce. How great you are here right now. Alright, alright. That would be so much better last turn. Bloodthirsty, sure. Let's go with the counter spell. So first we want to burn the counter spells. We want to keep those for the removal, because, like, you know, removal is important. And we are already getting hit by a non-creature and a creature. Well, so funny. Okay, it maybe wasn't the most fun, but I still like it. So, you know what? I kinda enjoy killing stuff. Let's just absolutely smork everything. That's always a good start. Getting mana screwed? Not perfect. Definitely not perfect here. But we'll see what happens. You know what? This is a good moment to do it. Like, we get pretty perfect split here, and we can kill Raiju with this. Come on. Okay, so next turn, some irritating creature will go through. Oh, now we get Negate. I see some pattern. Oh man, we are absolutely mana screwed this game. Aggro just has more lands than we are. Squee. Squee is absolutely annoying. But at least we will have some time. So let's kill it. Squee really likes to be on the graveyard, so let's put him where he belongs. Man, those Kumanos, so irritating. Alright, Djinn is pretty decent draw, because it's basically like a card draw. But we need to untap. Rendering Flame. What a randomly random card. Oh, now we got a land. Oh man. Oh man, oh man, oh man. I guess we make a monk, right? Like, we need to keep some pressure. Okay, 1 damage, you have to see it.
Years and they never
I guess having +1 on this is much better than not. Let's eat this Raiju. Man, what the hell is this card even? 5 damage if... Oh, I see. Alright, he went really all in on this one. Let's keep trading. Yeah, this means that we get a new token and they need to attack Jaya twice, which is pretty decent. We also get to pump it, so Kumano might die finally. Alright, so we will go with the Silver Scrutiny most likely. I like the respect he gives. Alright, let's see. The token shouldn't go to Jaya, but yeah, very nice, very nice. So we should block it like this. Squee is of course more irritating. And let's go for some cards. We might get a lot of stuff done, that's completely fine. You don't like to see it, but it is what it is. Some Negate spam, always needed against creature decks. Alright, so we definitely play this. Alright. We need... Like, I guess it makes a small difference. But next turn, maybe it is important. How much do we get smorked with? We killed this one, right? In response to domain. So that's good. And we killed the Squee. We take 3 damage. So yeah, I think we'll leave one more turn. We will pain ourselves most likely though. That's a random Raiju from the top. He didn't have it. He just drew it. Oh, great. Extremely fun. Extremely fun. Let's see the counter. Let's see the counter. Of course, Raiju. No domain. And no counters. Let's go for the highest attack still. That's super annoying. 6-8 damage. Why not? He still is far from Squee, so that's why I do it like this. Alright, alright, alright. We cannot really kill him. We need to still go on the defense. Man, the flute with negates is a bit unfortunate here. So we want to bounce the Raiju and kill the Kumano. That's a smart one. I mean, okay. So, let's go with this. At least he cannot recast the Raiju. Let's see the attack. Of course, no hesitation. Let's kill this one in case Djinn dies. And we go for the maximum block. Impulse is the first good card that we drew this game. Oh my god. Burn down the house. Does it work? Does it work? It's this or consider. Oh man, such a hard choice. Like, we can cast burn down the house, but we need to pain ourselves as well. I think we will take this. I'm super not sure about this choice. Jaya. Nope. I need burn spell. Oh man. Let's go some tryhard mode, I guess. For the better, it's such a low chance that we didn't draw anything. That maybe, but no. Man, we absolutely could win this if our draw wasn't so abysmal. Alright, surprisingly, we are on the play with a very good hand. What went wrong here? Alright, honestly, this is a pretty decent hand. We have Cardo, we have counter spells, we have removal, we have lands. Everything is as it should. So right now we probably want to get into a little more counter spells and Djinn to finalize the game. That's the plan. Let's skip this one. We have a little bit more lands and we probably will draw more. Okay, nice. If we get through that, we will cast this, so let's keep it. Let's keep it. And so far we have pretty good ratio, like counter spells to removal. Curtains. They are annoying. Yeah, it's basically a 3-4. And when they activate it, we have no way to kill it, so that's actually something worth countering. Shivan Reef. The classic, man, the art is so amazing here. I really like this card. Alright, let's see what we get. We got greeted, and I do not mind it one bit. You know what, it's always... okay, it might be Spell Pierce, whatever. I don't think it is. So generally it is better to impulse into this removal, because then they might, you know, you might pretend that you took this card, so that makes their decisions a bit off. But that's not a big deal. You know, this one of those 3% plays. But usually when someone plays Impulse and Perfect card, you will assume that he got it from Impulse. So every time you can misinform your opponent a little bit, it's probably good for you. We have the Firestorm. We don't have mana for it though. I think we can decide next turn. Okay. Okay, that's interesting. So we have the alternate play pattern of just sweeping everything. And you know what? It might be good enough. Oh no, I don't like Celestus. This is an extremely good card. Not only it trumps you, but the fact that he... Oh, is this a counter spell? Is this the hard counter spell? Because we have 3 mana, so if he's thinking, it has to be... What? Oh... What? Man, those kind of plays made me... That is an oops. What was this play? Oh my god. Oh maybe he wanted to sacrifice it? But then he has no board, like it doesn't seem good either way, to be honest. Oh, I'm so bamboozled. I'm just sitting here with the handful of removals waiting for my Djinn, getting smorked for 1 by Gamma Critters. Oh, life is good. Life is good. And what the hell is going on Arena today? He just scooped. Like, to be fair, he had only 3 cards and I think he messed his gameplay, so... I guess.